All right, a very important thing to do in life is to choose out some mentors for yourself. Okay, so this is going to be nominal GDP of the top 20 economies over the last 50 years. And so, understanding that there are many nations you can choose from, and it's okay to, have people you really respect and people you really admire, etc., that aren't so successful. For example, Mother Teresa. Jesus Christ was not very financially successful, although he was massively successful in regards to his preaching. Um, so, taking that into account, uh, studying the outliers, those who are extremely successful, is something that is extremely wise to do in your life. And so, these outliers here are going to be Japan, China, and the United States. Okay? So, researching these two nations, seeing how they do things, how they operate, etc., and imitating them is absolutely fine. Um, Jealousy is not in within the covenant of God, nor is envy. And so, if you are, maybe struggling financially, or your GDP isn't as large as one of these two titans, right? Um, Understanding that uh, worrying is not going to help, right? Uh, Innovating ways and implementing systems that they have implemented is far wiser than worrying or being jealous. Okay, so understanding that is very, very important because by studying these mentors, you can learn how to do things better. You can learn what they suggest to do. Elon Musk, the richest man in the world, suggests, well, all you got to do is work 80 to 100, 80 to 120 hours a week, something like that, right? And so, uh, governments are very powerful. They have the ability to facilitate an acceleration in their economies. Placing people's focus on the correct areas in life is going to be something that is extremely important for a nation to do. The USA, right? We just captured Nicolas Maduro, right? And so you see all these Venezuelans on X saying, "This is the first time I've been free in 17 years. Thank you so much." Now there's other opinions out there also, but understanding that something that is inspiring is going to be also suggested, right? And it is your responsibility in life to cultivate these merits. Therefore, it is your responsibility to do the same in a household, in a community, in a church, in a nation, etc., throughout the world, right? So, studying these guys who are also are obviously a lot richer than all of us, and did it right, is going to be an exceptionally wise way to learn how to do it yourself, right? And so, if you are seeing the majority of these guys are in tech, right? Tech is the current most successful, largest generator of finance. Okay, so learning from these guys, listening to them, uh, interviewing them, etc., is going to be extremely wise, right? So, and there are also, semiconductors, asset management, um, retail stores, etc., etc., etc. So, study these successful billionaires, and right, and people who are not so successful, right? Uh, First off, they should start studying, right? Learning from people who are much smarter than them. They're smarter than them. There's nothing wrong in life saying, "Hey, I'm not the smartest person in the world. I study these billionaires. I learn from them. I think they're smarter than them. I really respect them." Right? Um, that's wisdom, right? That's how wisdom is accumulated. If you're going around thinking I'm the smartest person in the world, well, then you don't learn because you're the smartest, right? So, obtaining first place in a field is not done by believing that you're the smartest or the best. It's done by remaining humble and continuously consuming wisdom and knowledge. Um, Understanding that is important because when it comes to the EU and whatever nation you're in, choosing which practices you want to imitate, maybe not certain aspects of the culture, etc., but taking a look at Ireland, who is outperforming greatly these other nations, it might be a wise idea to do. What is Ireland doing different? Why potentially are people moving into Ireland, etc., 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 right? This could be caused in part by the exodus of the EU, a lot of people moving to Ireland, but I would bet, right, they're not moving to Ireland just because it's Ireland. They're moving to Ireland because it's nice, it's peaceful, they're good people there, etc., etc., etc. So deciding which of the outliers, and right, you don't have to adopt parts of their systems you don't like. So if you think Americans are arrogant, well, don't be arrogant, right? Understanding this is very, very important because you can imitate the good without taking the bad. In my personal opinion, right, the two top performers are going to be China and the USA. I would highly suggest imitating China for long-term, stable, peaceful growth, right? Understanding this is going to be important. It's going to boil into a lot of politically incorrect hot topics, right? China is pretty strict on crime in some areas. For example, they sentence drug dealers if they're dealing enough drugs, they sentence them to death. Okay, so understanding that might not be that politically correct. It's important. So, right, studying, constant learning. These are ways to success. They are ways that I myself and all these billionaires tout. Right. A very sincere work ethic, which is interestingly enough the fourth commandment, right? The fourth commandment says, "Thou shalt work 6 days a week, but keep the seventh day holy," right? So 80-hour work weeks, something like that. We're reaching for it, right? People of the faith, the covenant, we're not commanded to be perfect. You're just trying to follow God, and if that's sincere enough within you, well, then you can expect the benefits of the covenant of God.